Atomic Habits, Chapter 11. Walk slowly, but never backwards. At the beginning of the chapter, there was this very cool passage about an experiment, and I'll read about this now. On the first day of class, Jerry Wolfsman, a professor at the University of Florida, divided his film photography students into two groups. Everyone on the left side of the classroom, he explained, would be in the quantity group. They would be graded solely on the amount of work they produced. On the final day of class, he would tally the number of photos submitted by each student. 100 photos would rate an A, 90 photos a B, 80 photos a C, and so on. Meanwhile, everyone on the right side of the room would be in the quality group. They would be graded only on the excellence of their work. They would only need to produce one photo during the semester. But to get an A, it had to be a nearly perfect image. At the end of the term, he was surprised to find that all the best photos were produced by the quantity group. During the semester, these students were busy taking photos, experimenting with composition and lighting, testing out various methods in the darkroom, and learning from their mistakes. In the process of creating hundreds of photos, they honed their skills. Meanwhile, the quality group sat around speculating about perfection. In the end, they had little to show for their efforts other than unverified theories and one mediocre photo. So this is uh, explaining basically the chapter title, Walk Slowly but Never Backwards. And let me just add an S in there. This whole chapter is about the difference between theorizing and action. There's a massive difference between one person just creating theories on what the best way of doing a certain thing is versus somebody who's just taking action on doing that certain thing. So we'll keep going. So, like what I just said, taking action is better than theorizing the best approach. The biggest thing with theorizing is you may think that you're making progress, but the reality is that you're only creating theories, and theories alone don't create results. So really, you're not really making any progress. You're only making theories. The real progress comes when you actually take your theories and put them into action. Some examples could be if I theorize on how to make the best YouTube video, that is motion. If I actually make a video, that's action. An example from the book was if I search for what the best diet plan for a healthier lifestyle is, that is motion. If I actually eat a healthy meal, that's action. Another example that I recall from the text was let's say, for example, you go to a gym and you want to get in shape, you're currently out of shape and you want to get in shape. So, what you do, you notice a fitness trainer and you approach them. You ask various questions and you feel better leaving the gym after your conversation because you have this brand new insight. You keep doing this for let's say a month, 2 months, but you notice nothing changes in your body. You haven't had much progress in the last 2 months, and then you try to convince yourself that you have been talking to the fitness trainer, so the fitness trainer must be telling you something wrong. Well, it's not really the fitness trainer's fault if you didn't actually apply what he said to apply, or if you actually took a session with the fitness trainer. So that's a whole part of theorizing versus actually taking action. Moving on, motion allows us to feel like we're making progress and thus allows us to avoid criticism. Um, we are masters of defending ourselves. Nobody likes to be criticized, so we find every reason to avoid that. And what motion does, what actually, creating theories or speaking to a fitness trainer or searching up diet plans, what this type of motion does is whenever somebody says, well, you're not really eating healthy or you're not actually working out, what this does is you can tell them, well, I'm preparing to work out. I've talked to this fitness trainer, or I'm preparing to eat healthier. I've found these cool diet plans. But the problem is you don't implement them. And when you don't implement it, that there is no result. But the whole point of motion is that it helps you implement actions in one way, shape, or form. But the more convenient form, the negative way a lot of us use it is we convince ourselves that we're making progress, but rather we're just going through the motions. We're not really actively making anything better in our life. So what this does is we end up uh, doing what was going to happen from the beginning, but we delay it. We're simply delaying the failure, the inevitable failure that awaits because of our inaction and our procrastination to take action. A passage from the book. It's easy to be in motion and convince yourself that you're still making progress. You think, I've got conversations going with 4 potential clients right now. This is good. We're moving in the right direction. Or I've brainstormed some ideas for that book I want to write. This is coming together. Motion makes you feel like you're getting things done, but really, you're just preparing to get something done. When preparation becomes a form of procrastination, you need to change something. You don't want to merely be planning, you want to be practicing. Forming new habits doesn't require you to be a master. It requires repetitions. You just need to get your reps in. That's the simplest truth. If you look at the best exercise for your back, but never do any of them, then what's the point, right? There are so many fitness channels, and they have millions of subscribers. But you can't tell me that all 1 million of those subscribers are in shape, or all 2, 3, 4 million of those subscribers are in shape. Sure, many of them may be in the progress, in the process of making themselves better, but I can tell you there are so many people out there who watch these videos but never apply them into their life. I actually found myself doing that with stretching videos. Like, what are the best stretches for your back, your legs, your hamstrings, your hip flexors? And then what happened is I would watch these videos, but I would never apply them in my life. So what I do is I made it a rule that if I'm ever going to watch this video, I'm going to do that stretch or exercise right then and there. Uh, and then I'll know how it feels for me. If it feels good, then it becomes part of my routine. And that I wanted to say something else. I just lost my train of thought. So yeah, back to the subscribers. Many people watch the fitness videos, but not every single person implements it. And you want to be very conscious about the motion versus action of doing something. Another passage from the book, one of the most common questions I hear is, how long does it take to build a new habit? But what people really should be asking is, how many does it take to form a new habit? That is, how many repetitions are required to make a habit automatic? That just about sums up this chapter. This was a very short chapter, but I think it does cover some important aspects. We're now in the third law of the book, which is make it attractive. If you remember from the very first chapter, there is a total of um, 4 laws which tie to cue, craving, response, and reward. And where was it? Now I am going to find it. Mm, there it is. Make it obvious, which is the cue. Make it attractive. Make it easy, and make it satisfying. So we're on the third law right now, which is make it easy. And the following chapters will be diving deeper into that. So I'm excited to read it, and I hope that there is some good knowledge in there that you can apply in your life yourself. So for now, this is all, and I'll be making a lot more videos soon now that my exams are over. So thank you, and have a nice day.